everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Nicola with Chasing Castles and Bows, and I'm coming on today for my big trip announcement video. I wanted to get past the intro first and then let you guys know when my next upcoming trip is, which is actually coming up in October, so a few months away. So I am super excited. I don't know about any of you guys, but anytime I click that purchase button on the Disney app for our trip and it pops up on my app that our plans are solidified and we are going, I just get into full-on planning mode. My spreadsheet comes out and I'm buying things for Disney, and usually I have a year left to go because we usually plan ours a year in advance. So I'm so excited. I hope you guys are too. So our trip, like I mentioned, is going to be in October of this year. We are going with my parents because, as I mentioned before, they live in Florida. So we usually do the one big trip, like the kids' fall break. So that's when we are going. We are staying at Beach Club Resort. I am so pumped. Our first trip in October 2022, which I had mentioned previously, we stayed at the Yacht Club. And then the following year, November of 2024, we stayed at Beach Club. And so we are going back to Beach Club. So we are super excited. It's really I think once you take a couple trips and stay in the same resorts, it really just hits, I don't know, differently. I just feel like the kids are familiar with the area. We love the area. We know our way around. That nostalgia feeling of walking through the doors. I don't know. I just love it. So. Staying at the Beach Club Resort. We are actually staying in a 2-bedroom suite, club level access, and I'm going to go into a lot of details about what that means and why we like it for our family, but that's where we're staying. It's really the best option for our family because we do have a party of 6. So that is what we are doing, and we're staying for 7 nights. Now, in regards to park passes, we typically get park hopper passes every day that we're there. And so we're staying for 7 nights and 8 days, but we don't count our travel day, arrival day and departure day, because we usually just hang around the hotel or hang around on the boardwalk. So we don't have park passes for that day, but we do have park hopper for the 6 days in between. And then we do the Lightning Lane multi-pass. So that is the type of park pass that we prefer because, as I mentioned before, and we will talk about it in a little bit, the reason we love staying on Crescent Lake is because we have really close access to Epcot. So we like to do our thing during the day, go back to the pool for a little bit, and then we normally will walk to Epcot and get drinks or just watch the fireworks or just hang out or maybe do a ride or two. So for us, that's the perfect park hopper package, but that may not be the best for everybody, and you obviously have to do what is affordable for your family and what makes sense for your family. But for us, now that my kids are a little older, we just like going out at nighttime. So I also wanted to touch on the fact that there is a deal. It's been going on for a little bit now, but we're unable to capitalize on that this trip or any trip really, because Disney has kind of put together a freebie package day to the water parks, so water park of choice, either Typhoon Lagoon or Blizzard Beach, the day of arrival. And for us, because again, we live in Arizona, we're traveling, our flight time, we always get in around 4:40 p.m. It's a full travel day, and then by the time we get here, the water parks are closed. So for us, we don't get to capitalize on that, but it is a great perk if you are local or you're getting in late morning, early afternoon. You can drop your bags if your room's not ready and then go to either Typhoon Lagoon or Blizzard Beach. So it's a great perk right now, and I'm pretty sure they're continuing that into 2026. Okay, so getting into why the 2-bedroom suite is great for our family and our party of 6. So for most, this may not be the best option for you. It is a pricier option, but for us, it just made sense. The first time that we went to Disney World in 2022, we actually booked 2 separate rooms on club level, and it turned out to be way more expensive. And then honestly, for us, we take this trip to be with my parents and have family time. So we both had separate rooms. The kids would go to sleep, and then I'd be like, okay, we're just sitting here like in our own living room space. We couldn't leave. We didn't want to walk next door because we couldn't leave the kids in the room. So it was kind of like we didn't get to enjoy the evening together. And so the 2-bedroom suite just makes a lot of sense for us. The way that the 2-bedroom suites are set up is that one room is a king bed, which my parents take. And then the other room is set up with 2 queens. And there is a pull-out in like the center living room area. So we take the bedroom with the 2 queens because our kids cannot fall asleep in the same bed. It's like chaos. They mess around with each other and it just doesn't end well. And my littlest still likes to go to bed a little bit earlier than my 10-year-old. So we typically will put them to bed in separate beds, and then my parents and I can lounge in the living room space. We can go out on the common balcony and watch the fireworks and have drinks. And it's just really nice to be able to like decompress in the evening together as a family, as opposed to being separated in our own rooms. It doesn't make sense. So we like that. And then when my husband and I go to bed, we move one of the kids over to the 1 queen bed, and then we take the other bed. So it works out great for us. Okay, so why Crescent Lake? We love staying on Crescent Lake. First off, the nostalgia. So when my sister and I were young, we stayed at Beach Club and Yacht Club and loved it. So for me, it has that nostalgia factor. But Crescent Lake is a really great kind of like centralized point for us. We love Epcot. We love all the parks, but Epcot is one of those parks that we can just walk to and do a ride, grab drinks, go around World Showcase, the fireworks. So for us, staying in that area where Beach Club, Yacht Club, there's Boardwalk, and then there's Swan and Dolphin. They're all together in that same little area, and we just love it there. So when you're staying on Crescent Lake, we have access. You can walk, you're walking distance to Epcot, which is amazing, and you go in like the back World Showcase entrance. You also have access to the Skyliner prior to going into Epcot, so you don't have to actually enter Epcot to have access to the Skyliner. And then that takes you to Hollywood Studios, and a lot of the resorts along the way. So we love the Skyliner. I love going on the Skyliner and watching the fireworks, if you time it right. So that works out well. We also love that, for this trip, we're gonna take the Skyliner to Riviera, which is where Topolino's Terrace is, and we're gonna do that character breakfast. So that'll make an easy trip. You can walk to Hollywood Studios if you want. It's probably about a 10 to 15 minute walk depending on how fast you walk, but there is a path that takes you all the way there. You can also take the boat from our resort to Hollywood Studios and the boat to World Showcase in Epcot. So it just kind of is nice. I love to kind of like mix it up a little bit and try all the different forms of transportation, because it also is like a ride if you think about it. For my kids, they love the Skyliner, they love going on the boat. And then when we do make our way over to Magic Kingdom area, we always try to jump on the monorail because they love riding that too. It's like a train and they love trains. So really try and utilize all your different forms of free transportation when you're in Disney World. I think if you time it right and you know the schedules, it works out really well. And then for the other parks, Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom, it's a short bus ride. So Animal Kingdom's the furthest from our hotel, but we usually just do a half day there anyways. We are gonna rope drop this trip for Flight of Passage, so we will have to be up pretty early, but again, we end early, so it works out very well. And then we also just love access to Boardwalk. Like, I love Boardwalk, and Boardwalk Resort is gonna be on my list of where we're gonna hopefully go next. I want to stay there. So for us, walking along the boardwalk and again, getting margaritas, there's a great margarita place there that I love. Hopefully we can show you that. And then there's some great restaurants on the boardwalk. You can get the bikes. I always forget the name of them. I wanna call them tandem bikes, but that's not correct, I don't think. We love doing those. Just like the nighttime, the games, there's like free games you can play. The Disney shop is there. There's a great bakery. The cake bake shop is there. I love that. So it just really has a lot to offer other than just staying in your resort and not needing to get access into the parks to do something or have somewhere to eat. So we love it there. And as I said, our first trip in 2022 was to Yacht Club. Then we went to Beach Club the second time in 2024, and now we're going back to the Beach Club. But the last year trip in 2024, which I'm going to try to do some highlights and post those so you can see them. Obviously I wasn't vlogging then, so I didn't take a lot of video, but I would still like to show you guys where we stayed and what we did. That trip, we were actually in the DVC rentals, like the area where the rentals are. We didn't go through DVC rental, but where we got placed was in that DVC rental building. And for us, it was just a little secluded. It was nice. It was in its own area, but it was a little bit of a walk to the main building for like breakfast and snacks and things like that. So this time we're staying in the main resort, but in a 2-bedroom suite. Okay, so a little bit, I'm just gonna kind of lay out our trip and what we're doing each day. And then that's it. But I was so excited to announce our next trip because this is gonna be kind of like my baby, my first Disney vlog as we go around the parks. And so I'm like very nervous, but also so excited to share this with you guys. So it's my first time trying this all out and I'm just really excited. Okay, so starting with our park plan, and as again I mentioned, we are doing a 6-day park hopper lightning lane multi-pass. Saturday, we don't include our travel day, so Saturday is our travel day. We arrive, we usually are like I said, early evening. We'll probably grab drinks at like Yachtsman and just hang around, catch the fireworks, and just adjust and relax because it's a long day of travel. It's not too long of a flight, but it's just we're usually up early and exhausted at that point. So Sunday, we're gonna kind of bank on like the time change because we're again 3 hours behind Florida currently. And we're gonna kind of hopefully bank on that time change and rope drop Animal Kingdom. So we're going to Animal Kingdom on Sunday, and then we have plans. We have dinner at Epcot area. So we'll park hop and just kind of mosey along Epcot, which I'm excited about. Monday, we're gonna do our full day of Magic Kingdom. And when I say full day, we're being very choosy with, now that this will be our 3rd time there, with the rides that we're gonna go on. You know, my boys are getting a little older, so some of like the really, like the dark rides and things they may not want to go on. You bet I'm going on them, but we'll just like pick and choose really what we want to do. I say that every trip and then I end up like wanting to go on everything. So we'll see what happens, but I tell that to everybody in my group so that everybody's not like, okay. One ride I do not do is the teacups, so that one won't be in my plan. Okay, and then we're gonna go to Epcot for GO 82 drinks, and then extended park hours for deluxe resort members is happening that night. So we're gonna probably go and spend our time in Epcot that night and really just hang out, enjoy our extended hour opportunity. And then Tuesday, we're trying something a little different, and I'm really excited to bring you guys along on this trip and experience. But we are doing Hollywood Studios that day, and we are going to buy premiere passes. I wasn't gonna do this originally, but I really think it makes sense for our family. Hollywood Studios has a lot, as most of you know, has a lot of really heavy hitter rides and very popular rides. And they have a lot of tier 1 rides. So for us, every time we've gone to Hollywood Studios, it's kind of been like okay, let's pick what we wanna do, and that's it, and then maybe see if we can catch a few things afterwards. And for us, now that our kids are older, like we wanna do them all. So we wanna do the Aerosmith Rock and Roller Coaster, we wanna do Tower of Terror. They weren't doing those when they were little. So I feel like this Premier Pass is going to allow us to not have those return windows and really just like bang through the rides. So, but also not have to be like super stressed about getting places. Like we just kind of make our way. I can get my Black Cat coffee and we can stop and get snacks and just like peruse without having that time crunch of being on the lightning lanes. So that is my plan for Hollywood Studios. I'm very excited about it. I'm not excited about the cost, but we're just gonna girl math, Disney math. we're just gonna, you know, not think about it. So I'm excited to take you guys along and try that out and then tell you if it's worth it, because it is a lot of money. And I feel like, you know, is this something that I feel is worth it for there? A lot of people do it at Magic Kingdom. I'm kind of partial. There's a few closures this year. And so for me, I think Hollywood Studios is really going to be our heavy hitter this year. So we're going to try that out. And then Wednesday, we have a chill pool day, which is much needed. I recommend that highly when you guys are planning your Disney trips. And I try to do that for like midweek so we can just all refresh and lay by the pool and like restart again. Then we're gonna maybe head on over to Disney Springs, because you bet your butt, I'm getting in Gideon's line and getting a cookie. I missed it last trip because my uncle was like, oh, it's too long of a line. And then I come to find out that that was actually a short line. And so I was mad, and I'm going back and I'm getting my Gideon's cookie, dang it. So we are gonna do that. And then we're gonna do Magic Kingdom. I think we have dinner reservations at Citrico's that night. And then we're gonna head on over for the new Electric Light Parade. The Electric Light Parade does not go on when there is event or party nights. And unfortunately during our trip, that's like Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. So Wednesday is our only night to catch that. And my mom and I really wanna go. So we're excited about that. Thursday is our Epcot day. And then Friday, and hopefully we'll do like the drinking, we like to do the drinking around the world to a lesser calm extent. And then Friday, we don't have anything planned in the morning, but then we're gonna do a later Magic Kingdom park hop day. And then we have Narcoossee's that night, and then we're gonna do the fireworks over there. I'm trying to like I don't like going back and forth between resort, park. I like to try and kind of like one haul and then that's it. So we're doing that. And then Saturday is our departure day, which is my least favorite day. I usually am depressed the whole day. I try not to be, but I like get this impeding sense of like it's ending and I'm really depressed about it. And so I try to keep myself happy and busy. And so we are staying on like Boardwalk that day. We're just gonna hang around. I think that's when our cake bake shop breakfast reservation is. So we'll do that, hang around, maybe do some shopping and just relax. And then our flight leaves at like 5 p.m. that night. So that is our park plan and our Disney trip plan and announcement of where we're staying. And I'm so excited. I have a upcoming vlog on the dining reservation process that has already happened because it's past the 60 days out from our travel day. So I'm going to share that with you guys and how to navigate that. And then I have some other shorts that are coming, some pins, some other things. So if you are excited to join along and not miss any of our videos, please like and subscribe below. Make sure you ring that notification bell so you don't miss any of my adventures chasing castles and bows.